hop on over. Welcome to my channel.
Hey guys, I'm Camby-McCaskill, and today we're going to...
Glad you bounced back.
Hey guys, Julie's going to do the intro for this video, so... What is that?
3.
Oh God! Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm blind now. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Belk, a foster rabbit that I fostered.
No kidding.
Just watch the video.
I don't like it.
I have Julie judging me behind the camera at every turn.
I just clicked on YouTube. Boop. What am I watching?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be learning about Belk the bunny, a foster rabbit that I took care of for several years.
Alright.
I'm done.
Is that it? You're done?
Belk was a rescue with Brother Wolf Animal in Asheville, North Carolina. He was part of a hoarding situation. From what I gathered, the person that was involved was actually trying to save the rabbits. They had 50 bunnies in a barn, and none of them were spayed or neutered. Belk was a small white and brown lop rabbit. When he first came in, he was wounded because they were in the barn for so long. They started fighting for territory and domination and all that, and stress was a big factor in that as well. So he was injured to the point where he lost part of his ear, and he also needed surgery. I had a rabbit named Agnes who I was fostering for several months, and she was also injured. So we were working on getting her healed up, and she was actually adopted. So that day we took her back to the adoption center to meet her new forever parents, and that was my first adoption at that point, and I sat there and cried in front of God and everyone else. So as I was standing there crying and they left with Agnes, the girl at the adoption counter told me, there's a rabbit in here that might need your help. And I turned around and looked, and Belk was there hiding in a box. At that point in his life, he was rescued, I think, in January of that year. This was August. He had been through a lot. He was through the hoarding situation, through the surgery, and then he had gone to a couple of foster homes, and then they put him in a local pet store to get him more exposure to be adopted. But that actually really stressed him out, so they brought him back. I told her to fill out the paperwork and I would take him home, because when he looked at me, he looked like he was just saying, please help me. It was about 2 weeks after I brought him home that I noticed something was off. Rabbits are prey animals, which means they will hide sickness well. If they look or act sick in the wild, they're gone. They're going to be the first ones preyed upon by whatever's out there. So you really have to pay attention to their body language from day one. You'll notice very small signs that something is off. He was still eating his pellets. He was still eating his greens. He would take a treat, but he stopped eating hay. And hay is 80% of a rabbit's diet. They use that to keep everything flowing in the GI tract. And I noticed that he would put it in his mouth, but then he would spit it out. So he wanted it, but he, for some reason, couldn't eat it. When I noticed that, I contacted the shelter, and they sent me to a vet here in Asheville, Pinnacle. It took the vet about 30 seconds to find the abscess under his chin. So at that point it was too far along for him to do anything, and he referred me to Knoxville, Tennessee, the vet there, UT. It took about a week to get him there. It was a 2-hour car ride, and they took him back and they did x-rays and CT scans, and they discovered that it just wasn't a abscess. The entire right lower jaw was abscessed. And at that point I thought, well, this is it. They're going to have to put him down, because there's no way that a rabbit can not have his teeth. A rabbit's teeth grow all their lives, so they grind to wear them down. That's why they chew on your furniture. That's why they chew on their toys. They eat the hay. Belk needed these teeth in order to grind down these, and he also needed these teeth to chew, to eat. But the vets there were great. I was pleasantly surprised. They came up with a plan that would actually save his life. They sedated him and took a look, and they decided not to pull the teeth. They were going to put him on meds, and he was going to have to be on meds the rest of his life. 6 months he would have to come in to have these teeth filed down, because the bottom teeth were so abscessed that he couldn't grind the top teeth properly. So a rabbit's teeth, when they grow in, should grow straight like your fingers. Belk's teeth were doing this. And when they discovered the abscess and they had him down for the CT scan, they discovered that shards of teeth were growing in odd directions. He had a piece of tooth growing into his nasal cavity, about to puncture that, and he also had one growing into the bottom of his eye, and it was about to puncture his eye. So they got him down, they shaved those down, and all the little spurs that they can get, the rabbits can get spurs. When I got him home, at that point he was on 2 oral antibiotics every day, which he took like a champion, and then he was on an injectable antibiotic weekly. I would say it was a couple of weeks before I saw any change. I walked in one day and he was munching on his hay, so I knew something was working. They did warn me that the abscess would get worse before it got better, and it did. It actually ruptured. It was the size of a golf ball up under his chin, and it ruptured, and I would have to put a warm cloth up under it to help drain it and to capture all the blood, because even though the area was clean that he was living in, there's such a high risk of it getting infected, and that was something that he did not need at the time. hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave those questions down below in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.